You know what? I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest this morning. You know what my quest is? My quest is to get your week off to an incredible start. And you know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to talk about basketball cards. We're going to look at some of the best basketball cards in the world that sold last night on Fanatics weekly auction number 170. Stay tuned till the end of this thing. Allen Iverson sets an all-time record. 2 new Shai Gilgeous-Alexander records have been shattered. And it's not who you think at the top. No, it is not Fred VanVleet at the top of this week's auction record prices. It is not Fred VanVleet. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it. Thank you guys. You're going to enjoy this video. Stay tuned till the end. Some great stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff we're learning about the hobby in the past couple of weeks, watching these prices as they go up and down, mostly up. Enjoy the video. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. All right, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. And let's get cranking here. I have got screen share set up. Let's get you going. We're looking at the top 48 basketball cards sorted by price that sold last night on the Fanatics weekly auction number 170. These auctions end every single Sunday evening. They begin on the Thursday before, so you guys have a nice 10-day window to get your bids in. Remember, if you're considering selling cards on this Fanatics weekly auction platform or the big boy platform, the monthly premier auction, please consider using the promo code Cajun, all capital letters. When you send your cards in to the folks at Fanatics, a little piece of your sale price will come back to support this very humble, rudimentary, consistent Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, so we can talk about basketball cards forever and ever and ever, and maybe one day full time. Card number 1, or card number 48, I should say, counting our way up, is the 96 Finest Refractor with coating Kobe Bryant, number 74. This PSA 9 sold for $4,080. Next to it, we've got a card that was just wildly popular for a time period about 3, 4, 5 years ago. The 2018 Select Courtside. When Courtside first came out, and I think it was in 2018. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm not an ultramodern expert anymore. Maybe it was 2017, but I remember 2018, people saw Courtside and then they realized, oh my God, these things are way shorter printed than I thought they were. And of course, the Courtside Copper is printed to only 60. The regular Courtside Silver is also very short printed. But this Courtside Copper, BGS 9.5, Luka Doncic did 4,080. Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves and the boys, they got to dig themselves out of a hole. This Timberwolves team came out and punched them straight into the testicles, like a double rabbit punch, like a boom, boom, right in the nuts. Boom, boom, 2 hands, right? One at a time. 85-star Jordan Gatorade Slam Dunk. This is one of my favorite Star Jordan cards. I've been getting a lot of crap lately from the Star Pumpers, but I love Star cards. I specifically love the Crunch and Munch. I specifically love the Gatorade card. What I don't specifically love is the fact that this card is in a BCCG10 slab for some reason. I love the idea of picking this card up and shipping it straight off to my affiliate partner folks over at PSA. A little, maybe some trouble top to bottom centering, but left to right is pretty dang decent, right? For a Star card from way back in 1985. Guys, for those of you that don't realize that I'm old, so I get it. I was 11 years old. 1985 is 40 years ago now. This is a 40-year-old card. Just doing some quick math there. I love that pickup. And by the way, how many bids were there? Oh yeah, that's right. There were 23 bids. God's plan. Congrats on whoever picked that up. That's awesome. Hopefully PSA treats you well. 1993 old PSA label. This is Chris Webber's first refractor, but it's also his rookie refractor. And this PSA 10 is only a pop 12. This card sold last night. The first card we're going to look up on my other affiliate partner, Card Ladder. Card Ladder is who I use for all my pricing, all my decisions, all my investing and collecting data that I need to do what I do and move in and out of the hobby and in and out of the cards that we love so much. If you're considering joining Card Ladder, if you're considering drinking the Kool-Aid and subscribing and taking the plunge and using Card Ladder like I do for all your card purchasing and selling needs, please use the affiliate link. It's in the YouTube description to this video and every single video that I ever do. You're always going to have links to all my affiliate partners in the YouTube description. I highly suggest a Card Ladder subscription. It's indispensable in the way that I do things. But let's look at this card on Card Ladder. It's the Chris Webber Finest Rookie. This is sorted by date sold: 4,200, 4,400, 4,320, 4,351. It doesn't get much more consistent than that. So right on the number for that old PSA label, Chris Webber Finest Rookie Refractor. How about this? This is a Tim Duncan. This is the greatest power forward that ever lived. Who's going to argue with that? Who are you going to say? Barkley, Malone, Kevin McHale, if you're old grumpy, Dirk Nowitzki, maybe? I mean, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Tim Duncan has the credentials. He's got the numbers. He's the Kobe power forward, right? This is his 1997 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Rookie. Row 1, serial number to 100, Pop 10, BGS 9.5, and it sells for $4,200. It sells for like the same price as the Finest Refractor Rookie of Chris Webber, who was like the 35th best, well, maybe the 25th best power forward of all time. He's a Hall of Famer too, so I don't mean to slight Chris Webber, but come on, man. This is the greatest to ever do it at that power forward position. Next to it, we got a 2007 Hoops Kobe autograph, serial number to 20, that does 44.40. That's a Pop 1, by the way. Cool image right there of that Kobe right there. Speaking of Kobe, 2005 Finest. This is one of my favorite years of Finest, especially the gold refractors. This is the 2005 Finest Gold Kobe, serial number to an arbitrary 39. This PSA 9 is a Pop 5, and it did 45.60. And then of the last three Kobes that we discussed, this is my favorite one. This is just a gorgeous card. Kobe in his all-star uniform. This is the 2004. I don't deal much with the retro crap, but this is a die-cut 2004 Ultra Platinum Medallion, serial number to 100. Kobe Bryant, BGS 9.5. I believe that's Jermaine O'Neal trying to contest this Kobe Bryant, what looks like maybe a pass over his shoulder. 4,560, Pop 42. Shout out to Vin Baker on that one right there. This is a Pop 1 card, and that is a really big sale. There it is right now, and that is the first time that we get to ring the bell on a Kobe Bryant card. So we're going to have some real serious Kobe Bryant discussions in this video today. So if you're a Kobe Bryant collector, there's a lot of really interesting stuff to look at, because you know the problem with Kobe is we look at the cards. We've all concluded the sample size is large enough. The runway is big enough. We can say Kobe cards are definitely going up. This card is another example, Exhibit A. It's almost double the all-time record that was set on March 9th for 2,310, and it was the exact same card. And so this is the exact same Kobe card set, because it's a Pop 1, so it's got to be the same Kobe card, selling on March 9th and selling here again on April 20th. So the first thing you're going to ask is, well, what is that? Is that somebody who bought it and it didn't get paid and they relisted it? Is it somebody who changed their mind? My guess is, you know, if somebody bought it for $23.10 and it didn't get paid, it's not going to come around and sell for $45.60. So let's keep our eye on it. Let's be cautious. Let's wait until the dust settles and figure out if this is a legit sale or not. Again, I want to say this. I want to reiterate this. The paid rate on Fanatics Weekly, it is a very penalizing thing to win a card on a Fanatics Weekly auction and not pay for it. It is not a very lenient process. In fact, they don't treat those non-paying bidders very well at all. And so maybe that's what happened here. But if somebody didn't pay $23.10, it's highly unlikely that they're going to pay $45.60. So maybe it's just somebody changing their mind. Maybe Kobe's have gone up, 100% in the last 30 days. I don't know. I don't want to say anything about it, but it is something to look at and to consider and to ponder as always. So next card. I like this card. It's Bilal Coulibaly, who's a pretty decent kind of OG Anunoby type dude. Maybe he's a little bit better. I don't know. He's a young guy for the Wizards. Nobody knows what that is, but the Washington Wizards are an NBA franchise in our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. Some of you guys may not know that. If you're really old, these Wizards were the Bullets. But if you're young, you may not even know this is an NBA franchise because they are completely irrelevant and haven't been since John Wall got injured. 2023 Bilal Coulibaly, but I like it because it says St. Cloud, France, and so it says where he's from on there. Pretty cool. That card did 46.80. Give me the Kobe Bryant Platinum Medallion. Sorry. BGS 9.5 Scoring Kings, one of Jordan's most in-demand 1990s inserts, 46.80. Anthony Edwards LaMelo Ball dual autograph from 2020 Hoops Art Signatures. This is a Pop 3 card. Does 4,800. No grade for the autos. And then a Mercante Campañones Baloncesto Azul PSA 6 with an eye appeal sticker, Jordan, does 4,920. Those are Spanish stickers. I think they're stickers. Spanish stickers, by the way. Somebody correct me if that's not a sticker. And then this is the first card that I want to talk about because this is the forgotten beam team, right? We know 92, we know 93, we know 95. There's 4 beam teams, though. This is the 4th. And it is and again, normally I don't mess with Jordan post Bulls cards. Normally I don't mess with retro 90s inserts, but this one is an exception that I had to make. 35 bids. Shout out to Kevin Durant. 4,920, and this beam team is the only beam team that is serial numbered, right? And when I say there's 4 beam teams, I guess I should draw your attention to the fact that the other beam teams do have members only parallels. So 92, 93, and 95 have members only parallels, which are also highly sought after. So I guess we could say there's 7 beam teams, I guess, to be fair. This is a Pop 8 in a BGS 9.5 slab. The one that sold last night was a mixed gem, meaning that it exhibits a 10 and a 9 sandwiched between 2 9.5s. This card did sell for 4,920, and by the way, guys, that is going to be far, far, far and away an all-time high. In fact, the last sale was about 6 months ago for $19.50. This one obliterates that sale. This is a card since 2011 that is up 9,547%. That is a big jump. I'm not saying it is or isn't warranted. Do we have a PSA 10? PSA 10 sells for about $6,188. So what's that, about 70% of the price of a PSA 10? Is that good or bad? I don't know. It's something y'all are going to have to chew on. I can't do everything. And then we got 2 Kobe autographs in a row. Which one would you want? Both of these sold for $5,040. I'll be honest with you, I like the look of this one right here because it's an autograph on the patch fabric itself. But at the same time, this one from Panini Paramount, again, here's one of these products that comes out of nowhere that nobody's ever heard of. Panini Paramount, I've had a couple of these sell recently in Paramount, and they're apparently selling for big numbers. This is a PSA 1 Kobe, none higher. PSA 8, serial numbered only 10. So this is 20 times as rare as this one. I think I'm going to take the Paramount Gold, serial number to 10, Pop 1, none higher, to be honest with you. Giannis Antetokounmpo 2013 Flawless. This is his gold parallel rookie. It's serial numbered to 10, PSA 8, none higher. This was stolt, as they say on the streets. Someone done stolt this. This was a steal. 2013 Flawless Antetokounmpo gold PSA 8. 1969 Fleer Lou Alcindor. Now's a good time for me to explain to you, well, not explain to you because you guys know about it, I'm not going to bore you, but the importance of these Fanatics eye appeal stickers. If you send a card from 1986 or prior, yes, 1986 is the cutoff. It's very important that that's the cutoff year, right? For obvious reasons we're about to see in a second. This Lou Alcindor tall boy rookie card. Lou Alcindor is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for you young folks out there. He shot something called the sky hook, most unstoppable shot in the history of basketball. No offense to Michael Jordan's fadeaway and Dirk Nowitzki's one leg, knee in your face kicker thing. But this 1969 Alcindor PSA 7 has an eye appeal sticker, which means that Fanatics says the front only, doesn't give an eye appeal on the back. The front only presents as one of the top 15% of all of the PSA 7s in the world. I don't know if that's a real exact science or anything, but let's just say the eye appeal stickers help, and let me show you why. Here you go. So these are the 48 sales of this card in this grade over the last 2 years, and this sale last night was the 3rd highest of those 48 sales, right? There has been a sale way back for $6,000 in 2023, a sale for $65.25, and then this sale last night for $52.80. Now, is it people wanting to put exemplary copies of this PSA 7 in their collection, or is it a bunch of gamblers who think that if there's an eye appeal sticker on it that says it's top 15% and it's a PSA 7, maybe if I crack it and play this gambling game and send it back to PSA, it'll come back a PSA 8, and if it comes back a PSA 8, it's no longer worth $5,280. It is worth $35,000. So I don't know what's going on there. You guys let me know. Maybe that's a game that some of you guys have enough money to go play. It would be fun to play games like that and take chances on that. But again, that's sort of counter to the purpose of the hobby, which is to collect. But again, we know we're in a hybrid investor collector space. 2018 Contenders Optic Blue Luka Doncic. Long story short, the Kareem rookie card, that example is doing very well in comparison to the non-stickered. BGS 9.5 Contenders Optic Blue Doncic autograph does $55.20. That card was $8 billion 5 years ago. 2022 Crown Royale Silhouettes, first off the line. Boncaro, serial number to only 3, and it's a Nike patch in that silhouette shield. This one does $55.20. A Kobe Bryant Immaculate patch autograph, serial numbered 24 out of 100. Yes, that is a magical number, and he is actually wearing the number 24 on this particular Lakers jersey. Look at this card, guys. That's a great looking card right there. It's in a CGC certified authentic, which means they just looked at it, authenticated it. They didn't do anything else. You guys can take it and grade it from there if you so choose. $55.20 for that Kobe. Luka Next Day Auto BGS 9 does $56.40. We got a 2003 Upper Deck Legends, Signs of a Future Legend. Well, they got that right. He is definitely a legend. PSA 9 LeBron James autograph, rookie year, $6,000 for that. Let's look up this just big time. This is a possible Tier 1, Tier 2 Kobe Bryant card. And guess what? It's not his rookie year, but it's 1997, so second year Kobe. But guys, pay close attention to the serial numbering. Oh my gosh, yes, there it is right there. 61 out of 100. What an amazing image of Kobe. If you guys are familiar with the Jordan profiles, this is the Profiles 3. This is the big boy. There's the Profiles 2, Profiles 3. Profiles 3 is die cut, serial number to 100, hand serial number numerator, printed denominator. This Kobe had 21 bids right there. Shout out to the big ticket, $6,000. That seems like a lot of money. Cajun, tell us, how is that compared historically? Well, guess what? We're ringing the bell on a second Kobe Bryant card. $6,000 is a monster sale for that BGS 9 over more than the $5,500 sale back in 2022. If we sort this thing by dates, and again, I'm not looking up BGS 9.5s, 10s, 9s. This is not just the highest sale for a BGS 9. This is the highest sale ever for a Profiles 3 Kobe Bryant, period. End of story. Like, forget BGS 8, 9, 10, PSA 10, whatever. This is the highest sale in history because I'm sorting Profiles 3 Kobe Bryant 97 by price, and there's your card right there, and that's the card that broke the all-time record last night. So again, congrats. All you Kobe collectors are beating your chest and blaring your trumpets. I get it. He's doing great things. Wilt Chamberlain, Eye Appeal sticker, BVG 6.5. What's the deal with BVG? Somebody who collects vintage, who knows about it. Why? Tell me why. Is there a reason to grade a card BVG instead of PSA or SGC? You know, again, I am not in that world, and I don't like to speak as an expert on cards that I am not an expert on. That is one thing that I'll always tell you guys. If I'm asked a question about a card, you know, and I don't know anything about it, my answer is going to be, dude, I don't know anything about it. I just don't know much about it. You tell me. This is a BVG. Why would someone grade the card BVG? Maybe it was graded a long time ago. I don't know. But why not just get a PSA slab on it? Why not SGC grade it? What would make a person choose BVG? I guess is my question again. And I'm not shooting strays here. I'm just asking, why would someone choose BVG over PSA or SGC? Those seem to usually sell better. And again, I don't. This could be the greatest sale for a BVG Wilt Chamberlain of all time. I have no idea. Here's a card we got to talk about. Not necessarily the card, but the set itself, right? 1998 Fleer Brilliance. 24 karat, right? That's the parallel that's important because there's Fleer Brilliance, not 24 karat, and those aren't super special. The 24 karat are serial numbered to only 24, and math nerds around the world are focused on that 1 out of 24, thinking it's the first off the print line. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Maybe some tricky assembly line worker serial numbered them backwards. I don't know. SGC 8.5. Pop 1, none higher, sells for $6,600. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's more than the Wilt Chamberlain. That's more than the all-time record set on a Kobe Bryant Profiles 3. That's more than a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 1969 Tallboy PSA 7 with an Eye Appeal sticker. So somebody must think that this 24 karat gold set really does mean something. We'll look at it. Dude, it's great looking. I mean, it checks all the boxes that ultra modern collectors want, plus it comes from the 90s, which is what 90s collectors want. But we got to look the card up because we got to see, did this card do well? Is it a Stockton collector that bought it, or is it a set collector? I don't know, but it broke an all-time record. $6,600 is $3,100 more than the prior all-time high, which was $3,500 for a raw copy. So really, really big sale right there on that Fleer Brilliance Gold Stockton 98 Upper Deck Game jersey, Michael Jordan PSA 7. I looked that up as well. This one sold last night for $6,900. That's the second highest price ever paid for this card. The card about 2 months ago, is it the same card? Let's see. Same card, 4645. So another example, and this is why you always got to get into Card Ladder and get into the view all sales because it's really important. So the question is, did somebody buy this card on March 2nd for $7,200 and then decide, you know what, I don't want this card, I want to sell this card, and then sell it again and get $6,900? If they did, they lost a lot of money because it is the same card, but it's more likely this was a non-paying bidder. What about this one way back here in March 25th of 2024? Is this the same card? No, that's a different card. Okay, so these two sales are the same card on the same platform here on Fanatics Weekly. What about this? How many are there? Okay, 194 total graded amongst all the grading companies. That's pretty cool. So big card right there. 1998 Upper Deck game jerseys are always awesome. Put it in your collection. 2008 SPX triple scripts, Bryant, Kareem, West, three pretty big Laker players right there. It's really fun to go look at your Laker history and kind of figure out where people fit in the Laker history based on only what they did on the Lakers, right? Because you would say, well, Wilt Chamberlain's the greatest Laker of all time. It's not even close, but he didn't do all of his damage on the Lakers. Obviously, he did a lot of damage on the Philadelphia Warriors. You know, it's funny. You got to look at just what they did for the Lakers if you're going to do that list, because otherwise Wilt's at the top of it. Well, I guess you could argue Kareem would be at the top of it. I mean, some people would argue Kobe or Magic, but again, we're not going to sit here and compare Kobe to to Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem, but some people will. I don't know. Is something wrong with the Kobe autograph? What are we looking at here? There's 32 bids. What a coincidence. Magic Johnson's number. I don't know. The Kobe autograph looks different. I don't know if it was just a different color Sharpie or if just that one faded or something. I don't know. $7,200 for that card right there. I don't think I looked that up, did I? No, I didn't look that card up. All right, Jordan 86 Fleer 57, PSA 8 does $7,200. Here's a card I'm sort of kicking myself that I probably should and could, and if I had noticed it, I would have probably chased it. I don't know if I'd have ran it all the way up to $7,200 to win it. I don't own it, and it is a Jordan Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan Hierarchy card, and it is a rare card indeed. This is the 1998 Topps Chrome Preview Refractor Michael Jordan number 77. This PSA 8, there it is right there, sold last night for $7,200. It's a 35 pop. How many of these are there out there? Guys, 137 have been graded. Ain't too many of these out there, y'all. 7,200 is not the all-time record. I just kind of wanted to show you where it fits historically. Back in 2020, it went for 7,683. And then, of course, 7,500, 7,700, 7,800. So I think last night was a really good sale. It's a card I could have got into without breaking a record, which is pretty rare. But I do want to show you this and make sure that you guys remember that a PSA 10 copy of this card sold for what? 168,000 American dollars, and Card Ladder thinks it's worth even more now, and that's a pop 2, and that's just sort of what happens when you're buying low pop Michael Jordan cards. Oh my gosh, you could buy a lot of PSA 7s for $168,000 at $7,000 a pop. 8.5 Jordan rookie does $7,200, so an 8.5 outsells an 8. Got to look at the card itself though. Here's a card that I lost on, and I kind of thought I went relatively aggressively. This is the 1997 SPX. There's a rainbow of options for this card. There's the base card, which really looks red, but there's the base card. There's the bronze, there's the silver, there's the sky, there's the gold, and then there's also, of course, the grand finale, which is serial numbered. But this SPX die cut sky blue sold for, don't look up blue because you won't find it. You got to put sky in there. I would put sky or blue, to be honest with you, or sky or blue or sky blue. That's what I would look if you were looking for this particular card in a search engine. 7,500 in this pop 14 card. I've got it pulled up somewhere in here. There it is right there. The card sold for 7,500. That's more than double the all-time record, which was set back in 2023. Again, really good looking card right there. Love that card. Love that whole set and all the parallels of it. Next day auto Giannis 1010 does 7,800. I looked that up for you guys as well. It's a pop 15 card. Wait, it's a pop 7 card. Oh, with the 1010, it's a pop 7 card. 7,800 is actually a really good sale. The problem is somebody is into the card for $19,000 because 2023 exists. If we look at it just recently, 7,800, not too far off of 8,800, which is more than 2021, which was 5,100. There's just not many of them out there, so there's not going to be that many sales of that card. Is it a good buy time for Giannis? I don't know. You guys tell me. Wembanyama Hoops Premium Stock Black Disco BGS 9.5 does 7,800. LeBron Gold Refractor from 2005, serial number to 29. BGS 9 does 8,100. Doncic Contenders Optic Variations BGS 10 1 Pop 1 does 8,400. And now we'll talk about a different Kobe Bryant story. This is his 2003 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. 2003 Topps Chrome, very popular set because it's LeBron's rookie, it's Wade's rookie, it's Carmelo's rookie, it's Kurt Heinrich rookie, and more importantly, it's TJ Ford's rookie. This 2003 Kobe Bryant Gold Refractor PSA 10 is a pop 12, and it sold last night for $9,000. There's your card right there. Date sold. That is a good sale. The last sale was $8,300. Sale before that was $9,900. So what and what? Sale in January was $12,400. So sort of up, sort of down, whatever. Who knows? Here's something scary. Somebody had at one point paid. Oh gosh, my computer just froze. $59,188 for this card. So as excited as Kobe Bryant collectors are, and I'm excited for him as well. He would be one of the guys that I collect if I chose to collect somebody else from the 90s. 2021 is a very damning red flag for Kobe Bryant collectors, establishing a relatively inorganic peak. I've used the word inorganic recently, and some people are like, you don't know what inorganic means. I'm like, no, I do know what inorganic means. It means unsustainable, and it means it got there through, flawed logic and mistakes and incongruities, for lack of better words, which means it's not going to stay at that number for very long. And so this was an inorganic spike in 2021. Why do I know that? Because it sold for $9,000 4 years later. Here we go. Moving along. Michael Jordan, Tier 1 card here. Tier 1 alert. 1996 Flair Showcase PSA 7 Row 2. Sells for $9,300. Yeah, there it is. $9,300. That is down from $9,900. That's the same as $9,300. That's up from $6,200. I don't know if that's an all-time record. No, it's not. The all-time record is $9,900. So this one sold for $9,300. So is what it is. Not too bad right there. Pretty good sale. And then speaking of pretty good sales, holy crap. This is a card. I need it. I don't own it. I don't really love it with coating. It looks green to me. It is a PSA 10, and that makes it a very low pop card. This is Jordan's second finest refractor in the 1994. It sold for $11,700. Lord, that's a big number. I've got it in the chart right here. Card Ladder has this in the database. It's pop 146, so not as low pop as you would think. 1,753 total graded, 146 exists. Here is your 2-year chart. Mother of mercy, that is growth, right? That is a card that's up 3x. This was a $4,000 card. Consistently, this card dipped below $4,000 to $3,600 within the last 24 months. And then last night it sells for $11,700. So an investor type, and its card sells, 23 sales. Shout out to MJ himself. An investor type really could have done some damage if they bought low and sold high on this card. Again, just like Kobe, 2021 existed, and somebody's into this card for 26,000 American dollars. Doncic Optic Blue Auto Contenders PSA 10 does $12,000. We got a Kobe Bryant Immaculate Collection Milestones that does $12,600. How about the blue color match Luka Doncic from 2018? Remember how important? I think this card sort of gave rise to the word color match and like the popularity of color matches. You know, there were so many silver Doncic's out there. I think at that time, back in 2018-19, I think people went gaga for blue color match, right? And that's sort of what gave rise to this color match proliferation and this demand for color match cards. But this serial number to 199, True Blue Luka Doncic, not a fast break 175. This is the True Blue, not the Blue Ice serial number 99. You got to squint. This is the real deal. 13,000. Not that the Blue Ice isn't. 13,200 for this card. Is that good? Well, guess what? This card's up 18% over the last 1 year. That's pretty good, guys. That's pretty good. I'm not going to go back and show you 2021 on that one. And then a card that I can't wait to talk about. This is the Allen Iverson 97 EX Essential Credentials, one of the best parallels in the hobby. Serial number 278. Of course, his Essential Credentials, this is the future. The Essential Credentials now, if I'm not mistaken, is serial number 3 because these cards add up to 81. Is that right? Do they add up to 81? I think they add up to 81. So, because there's 80 cards in the set. I think that's right. I might be off by one number, but serial number to 78, PSA 5. PSA 5, well, that's not good. That's not going to sell for a lot. Well, it sold for a used Honda Accord last night. $14,400 for that Allen Iverson Essential Credentials Future. What a card right there. Some people love the red, purple, fuchsia, maroon, whatever combination. Some people don't. 14,400 sorted by price is the all-time record. In that PSA 5 smashed a BGS 8 that sold in 2023. So massive all-time record. Congrats out there. I'm putting this bad boy on the thumbnail. So I love Iverson collectors. I love hearing about Iverson collectors, Reggie Miller collectors, Ray Allen collectors, Chris Webber collectors, Olajuwon, Robinson. I love those folks out there. Shout out to you guys and kudos and a little bit of Cajun voodoo support coming to you guys. All you guys who collect not necessarily Michael or Kobe or Shaq. You collect the other guys out there that are Hall of Fames and legendary players, Grant Hills, the Penny Hardaways, and I'm going to leave people out, the Antoine Carrs, the Adam Keefes, all you guys. Love you guys collecting those cards in the 90s. I love seeing pictures of cards like that break all-time records. It's really freaking cool, to be quite honest with you. Glenn Robinson, to name another one, Mitch Richmond, Tim Hardaway. Go down the list, dude. There's so many great players from the 90s. You wonder if there's going to be an appeal for guys like that. Like, are people going to like crave Fred VanVleet cards or Kyle Lowry cards or what other little fat point guard you want to name from the 2000s? I don't know. 2019 Zion Williamson, what a sad story that is. I will not show you that graph because it's we're trying to keep this thing PG. Sells for $14.4. And then we got to talk about this one because this was the great Mike D. 51 bids. That tells you how much people wanted this bad boy. Whoever bought this is either already has a partial set or they've decided to take, they took a big bite last night and decided, you know what, I'm going to try to put this thing together. This is awesome, and I'm going to show you some pictures. These are all autograph cards from 1986 Fleer, the greatest basketball set of all time, period. I don't care what anybody says. We can fight about it. All autographed. Even Alvin Adams rears his ugly head. Even Dave Greenwood, Ricky Green, Mike Jaminski, the G-Man. Look at these cards, guys. All autographed. And guess what? I haven't even shown you the best part. There you go. 9 of the stickers autographed. Look at the names on this list. Tell me when I name somebody who's not a Hall of Famer. I won't name him because I don't use his name on the channel. Dominique Wilkins, Olajuwon, Magic, Doc, Alex English, Adrian Dantley, Bird, Jabbar. What a sticker set that was. We're missing Michael Jordan. Who else are we missing? I should be able to figure this out. Bird, Magic, Dominique, Barkley. No, did Barkley have a sticker? I'm going blank right now. Barkley didn't have a sticker. Who else had a sticker in there? Gosh, why am I going blank? I'm going blank on the stickers, and that's embarrassing because I used to be a savant when it comes to this. This partial set sold for $15,000. I don't have a comp for you, right? Because nothing like this has ever happened. But what I do have for you is a calculator, and that comes out to $197 per card. That seems like a deal to me. That seems like a deal. But I spoke with Mike. Mike messaged me, and and I tried to put a little bit of content up on my IG story and my IG reels, just so people knew this was out there. I don't think it's something that he needed my help with. I think this was a big enough item and a big ticket item and an important item that it was going to get all the attention that it needed. But if I could help in any way possible, Mike used the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, when he submitted this. So again, thank you so much for the support, Mike. And I'm always happy to reciprocate. Quid pro quo is a term that's often used in the legal field, and it means this for that. And so if you guys support me, I'll do my absolute best to support you. It's the least I can do to show you how much I appreciate all the support from the subscribers and the watchers of the channel. 2021 Flawless Vertical Cade Cunningham, serial number to 25, 1010. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's an All-NBA dude. He's going to make an All-NBA team. Whether it's second or third, it's probably going to be third because his team was good and had one of the biggest jumps in wins, and he's doing it with very little help. I mean, his second best teammate was probably Jaden Ivey, and he ended up being out for the season with a devastating injury. So now what do you got? Jalen Duren, you got Beasley. Not even Michael Beasley. It's Malik Beasley, right? The guy that just catches and shoots threes. Tim Hardaway Jr. Simone Fontecchio. I don't even know if he's there. Pop 1 sells for $15,600. That is a huge sale. There it is right there. Guys, that's an all-time record. And it's going to outsell the same card that sold on Golden for $10,600. It's the exact same card that sold about a year, 9 months ago for $10,000. And so there is hope in ultra-modern investing, right? Prospecting, I guess we could call it. Although I knew all along Cade Cunningham was great. I just sat on my ass and didn't invest in him. Because I was too busy buying Jordan cards and soccer cards. 2018 Prism Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Mojo PSA 10. Well, every single Shai Gilgeous-Alexander card that matters, and this one certainly matters, breaks records every time it sells in recent months, right? Did you guys notice that they beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 50 freaking points in game one? I noticed it because I picked them to win the title this year, much to the chagrin of the great Chris McGill of Card Ladder fame. 16,200 for this Mojo Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is a Pop 8 card. Is that an all-time record? Why, yes, it is an all-time record. And not only is it an all-time record, it is almost double the last sale. So 16,200. It hadn't sold since a little less than a year ago, 10 months ago, where it sold for 8,663, which was more than the record before that, which was more than the sale before that. So this is a card over the last 2 years. You could have made 165% return on your money if you're so inclined as an investor. 2018 Flawless Ruby Shai Gilgeous-Alexander BGS 9. This is a Pop 4. There are 4 graded higher. These Ruby parallels from Flawless, it's a 2-color patch, are serial numbered to 15. 58 bids lets you know how much people wanted this card last night. Is that an all-time record? Why, yes, it is an all-time record for another Shai Gilgeous-Alexander card. This 18.6 was more than the $15,600 sale of a BGS 9.5 card on Halloween of last year. So here we are 6 months later, and the card is selling for $3,000 more well, you get it, close to $3,000 more, and it's a lower grade. So a BGS 9 last night sold for $3,000 more than the 9.5 sold for on Halloween. That is growth. That is impressive for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cards. And then lastly, we have LeBron James at the top. Who would have ever guessed this? This is the 2003 Ultimate Collection LeBron James LJA. This is a PSA 1010. So 10 for the card, 10 for the autograph. These cards were not serial numbered, but they were in limited supply, and Ultimate Collection was the be-all, end-all when I got out of collecting the last time, right? I got out in around 2003, and when I got out, Exquisite had not come out yet that year, I think. So Ultimate Collection was all that we knew as far as the highest of the high end, and I never in a million years would have ever considered buying a box because they were like $1,000, and that was just unheard of. But this sold for $19,800 last night. We know LeBron's taken some hits lately on his card values. Is this good or bad? Well, $19,800. I've got the chart sorted by price, and so this just gives you a little hint at LeBron. Let's look first at the Pop report. It's been graded 295 times. PSA 10 is a Pop 20, so pretty rare card. Here is your chart, and just showing you where this card fits in the all-time highest sales of this card. It's not going to be high at the list. Let's put it that way. 180,000 somebody is into a BGS 9.5. It is a card number 6, though. If we look at recent sales, this is great. Although that's a PSA 9. Let's put PSA 10 in here so we don't waste any time. There you go. So it's up from the last sale. Is this right? No, it's PSA 8. Okay, it's the auto for 10. So this is going to be a problem. You're going to have some PSA 8s with the 10 auto in here, so it's going to be a little misleading. This one's authentic with the 10, but it looks to me like the last actual 10 sold in August on the Alt auction platform, on the Alt weekly auction that ends on Thursdays for $16,000. This one sold for $19,800. So what else can you ask for? I mean, that's good news if you're a LeBron collector. If you're a LeBron card investor, at least you're seeing some signs that, or at least on this particular card, that it's moving in the right direction. Again, Pop 20, it's pretty rare LeBron James autograph rookie card. So LeBron outduels SGA at the top. So LeBron, SGA. Cade Cunningham, my guy, who I don't own any cards of, sadly. At number 4, the great 86 Fleer autograph partial set at number 5. Zion sneaks in at number 6 still. Iverson gets in at 7. Doncic, Kobe, and then Doncic rounds it out at number 10, followed by 2 great Michael Jordan cards right after that. That is it, guys. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I'm shocked there's no Amen Thompson cards in here, but maybe another day. That is your Fanatics Weekly Auction update breakdown from April 20th. Those cards ended last night on Sunday evening in furious extended bidding. As always, these Fanatics Weekly Auctions end on Sundays. Try to set some reminder in your phone on Saturday when you're busy doing whatever you do to remind you to go check these cards out and bid on these cards. By the way, if you want to support the channel, if you really want to support the channel and you're willing to copy and paste my affiliate link into your browser and use it to go in and bid on these cards, you can also support the Cajun Cardboard that way as a buyer on the Fanatics Weekly, Premier, or even the Buy It Now platform. And by the way, you guys, I'm sleeping too. Some of you guys may be sleeping on the Fanatics Buy It Now platform. It used to be a graveyard where cards were exorbitantly overpriced and they just sat there forever, so I stopped looking at it. They've sort of tried to, fix that and sort of cards that are stale or that are priced too high don't get incentives, and that they've been there and they haven't sold for a certain amount of time, they come down and go back in your vault and you got to go relist them. And so they've tried to, refresh that buy it now marketplace. And of course, we know Burbank Sports Cards now has hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of cards on the Fanatics Buy It Now marketplace. And so it is an option. Let me go back and just show you how to get there. So we're here, right here. Just go up to the top and just go look right here. Is this going to be under my banner thing? Yeah, sorry. I'm taking my cursor up here at the top. There's a banner at the top that says auction, premiere, buy now. You're going to click buy now, and it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and it's going to have well more than 1,000 results. Yes, for sure. And then you've got filters over here. We can go to basketball. We can go to at the top and search. Let's search Amen Thompson, right? Because he's the guy that everybody wants. So let's search Amen Thompson. Let's hit enter. And now we're looking at all the Amen Thompson cards. There's 24 of them out there, but I don't want to see those. I want to see the best Amen Thompson. So we sort by highest price. And here you go. You can buy, you can get into a 24 Amen Thompson cards, some good looking cards right here. But that just gives you an idea of how that Fanatics Buy It Now marketplace works. It works just like eBay Buy It Now, but they're all in one place and you can sort by player. It's really cool. So again, end of a video. Hopefully you guys have a great week in and out of the hobby. I'm traveling again for my little man, for JoJo Dennison's travel soccer in Gulfport this coming weekend, in New Orleans twice for practice. So I'm out and about, but guess what? You're going to get probably 6 or 7 videos this week. Why? Because that's just how I roll. That's what you guys want, and I got to give the people what they want. So hopefully you have a great week in and out of the hobby. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.